Hello and welcome back to HeroDoge 154 Jr., the channel where I upload more than I upload on my main channel, because that's how second channels work. Today we're going to be playing Kerbal Space Program, and we're going to bring Joey to the moon, or the mun, or however you want to say it. Except if you read the title, you probably know that this didn't go too well. This is a voiceover if you couldn't tell, and I'm not actually playing this live. Anyway, so we just launched, and I didn't want to bore you with how long it takes to launch in the air, so I sped it up. Anyways, so my strategy for getting into orbit is once you go up, you slowly start to bend to 10 or 20 degrees. By the time you get to 150 meters per second, then you just turn on the SAS to follow the prograde marker. And then once your prograde marker hits 45 degrees, then you turn it back to stability assist. Anyways, I generally like to go for an orbit around 150,000 because usually my orbits ended up being a lot lower than my planned orbits. So yeah. Anyways, I followed a lot of Matt Lowndes tutorials here. There's also the guy that... This rocket isn't even mine. I'll leave a link to the video of the person who taught me how to build this rocket. It's actually really good. It's got a lot of extra delta V. Anyways, probably the best tip I've gotten from Matt Lowndes is your burn time. If your burn time is like a minute, then you're gonna want to start burning when it says node in T plus or in T minus 30 seconds, or you get the burn time, you cut it in half, and that's when you want to start burning. Then you'll get it perfect. Anyways, so we just got into orbit around Kerbin, or the Earth. For those who have not played Kerbal Space Program, this isn't anything like this. The solar system is not a replica of ours. It's a fantasy fictional solar system. Or it's not even solar system because the sun isn't even called Sol like it is in real life. Well, a lot of people don't know that. The sun is actually called Sol, S-O-L, and the moon is actually called Luna. That's why you hear lunar and solar. Anyways, so I followed Matt Lowndes' tip here, where go to the maneuver, you burn halfway, that stuff. So, I'm not sure if there's even a transfer window to, I don't care how transfer windows work, and I haven't memorized them, and I don't really care because I don't go to other planets. As you can see, I'm still even struggling to get to the mun, and then here I completely messed up the orbit, so I had to start again. Anyways, so I went on my way to the mun, trying to get a good orbit. For some reason, I decided that my orbit should be an extremely low 16,000, I think, or actually maybe even 6,000. I can't read it, the screen is too small. Anyways, so I added some RCS to the stuff because it makes turning faster. I hate when you have a big rocket that needs to be turned and it takes like forever. Anyways, so I started burning and I didn't pull up the map, so I don't have anything to narrate here. So we're just gonna watch. So as you can see, I was a lot more careful with planning my orbit this time, and it ended up working a lot better. So I revised my planned orbit around the mun and made it a bit more symmetrical. And then I had time warped up, and I'm running out of things to narrate here because I'm taking too long to do things. I'm not, but I'm just, it's a long game. This whole thing, the recording was actually like 2 hours long. You'll see why. I had a lot of struggles landing on the mun, Anyways, so as you can see here, we are now officially in orbit around the Mun. Yay! So, I was looking for a good spot to land now. I decided that it would probably be It would probably be best to land in a crater. And turns out that that was a mistake, and that it's not actually very good to land in craters. You'll see why in a bit. I started planning to go this way with the stop. Oh wait, no, this is because I was gonna detach this fuel tank, and I didn't want it to clutter up the orbit. I didn't want to leave trash around the moon, so I made it crash into the surface. Anyways, so I got back into orbit, and I wanted to land in a crater. So I looked for a crater on the sunny side of the moon. I want to do the sunny side because it's easier to see, and it's better with Discord. Or not Discord, it's because I said Discord because Discord just got pulled up. It's better with YouTube. Yeah, so I had to just incline the orbit a little bit so that I could land in that crater over there, the big one. So then I started planning to land there. I'm not sure why I decided to start over there. That's not a good idea. And you can see that I figured that out quickly, and I moved it back to there. This rocket actually has a ton of extra Delta V that I don't need. I think it's better for going to Minmus. It's even possible to go to Eve with this, but I'm just using it to go to the Mun because it works. It's a really good multi-purpose rocket, and I recommend it. Once again, link is in the description. The dude actually doesn't provide a craft file, you just have to build it. I'll probably provide a craft file in the description. This one also comes with a rover, if I didn't say that already. But yeah, you can see me slowing down here. And then this was where I made my biggest mistake, the fact that I slowed down right there. So I turned my SAS to retrograde, and I started slowly descending down from 60,000. This process is quite slow, even at 4 times speed. So my strategy for landing on the Mun, is to, once you get to 200 meters per second, you accelerate till you get to 100. And then the lower you get, the more you want to decelerate. And then I started to notice that I was landing inside of a crater, on a crater, which also has another crater inside of it. And the mistake that I made was that I started landing on the side of the crater instead of actually inside of the crater, which can make your rover flip over, but I decided that that wouldn't be too much of a problem unless I landed like right on the side, and for now it looked like I wasn't doing that. But then the closer I got, the more I realized I was landing on the side of the crater, and I really couldn't turn back. I mean, it would have been better if I had decided to move a little bit over to the side. I did a crew report there, but I just hoped that it would be good. Anyways, so I detached that and moved out the landing legs. That exploded on the ground, and I started slowly floating down to the ground. Everything looked good right until I saw the exact angle that the crater was on, and then I fell. So yeah, that wasn't very good. Anyways, so I just decided to start over again, and guess what happened? I fell again. I landed in the same spot and fell. Anyway, so I tried again, and I bet you'll never guess what happened. Yeah, I fell again. And then this time I forgot to turn off the other engine, and it just ended up making me crash straight headfirst into the Mun. Anyways, Then I tried again, and I took all the things that I learned into account when I saw that I was landing right on the side of the crater. And I decided instead of just accepting my fate, I would move over to the side and land outside of the crater, which would have worked if I had not lost control of the ship. But yeah, SAS ended up freaking out, and then it just made me land like that. Anyways, so I actually started landing. This was outside of the crater. And then I saw this was a very bad place to land. And then I had a huge burst of determination as I decided, no, we're not going to land there. We're going to land in the middle of the crater, which is the best place to land. Anyways, it wasn't quite the middle of the crater, but it was a nice flat spot. Started slowly descending. Drum roll. So, yes, I ended up finally actually landing. I got Hero Kerman, who I named after me. If you notice, there's actually also Hero, Cosmic, and Cash Kerman. Anyways, so I came out here to finally plant the Joey flag, but then I realized there wasn't Joey on the flag. I don't know why. If you saw me on the launch site, the flag there had a picture of Joey on it, but this one didn't for some reason. So I had to plant a NASA flag there instead of a Joey flag. But Joey's better than NASA. Anyway, so I got the rover out, only to realize that this was a really bad rover. This rover does not work. It does, but barely. It keeps flipping out if you move it too fast. If you move it faster than 2 miles per hour, or 2 meters per second, then it starts flipping out like crazy. And you can't do sharp turns. And when I say sharp turns, I mean you can't move even the slightest bit to the left. You have to do very, very gradual turns. And it doesn't like experiencing slopes, and it'll just start flipping out on its own, which you can see it did here. I tried to get back control, but that didn't work. SAS didn't help either, it just got me stuck like that. So I attempted to salvage it, but that didn't work, so I so I got flung out of the rover, and I just kind of left it there to do whatever it was doing. It was like breakdancing or something. Anyway, so I just used my jetpack to get back to the thing. It also took me too long to realize that I did not collect any science, which really sucks. I mean, I'm not playing science mode. I probably should, and I fell off the ladder. Nice job. But I hooked up a bunch of science stuff to there. It didn't work. But anyways, now the easiest part of the journey is getting back to Kerbin. So, just plan my orbit to get back around the mun. I'm not sure why the time warp doesn't warp you to like a better place. It warps you to 1:30 seconds before the node. I think it should take you to half the time it takes you to burn there, because they're following the Matlown tip. And then I realized I was not in the right position. I had to quickly turn around, and boom, it worked. We were now going to be in orbit around Kerbin again, with plenty of Delta V left. Then I decided as an extra challenge we were going to land at the KSC, the Kerbal Space Center. So I decided to make an orbit around Kerbin so that I could plan the landing. Luckily the KSC is right on the equator, so... But then it took me a while to realize I did not have enough Delta V to do that. And then I messed up the orbit a bit, but I was able to salvage it. Boom. So then I took that away. There was red. Red means you don't have enough Delta V, so I decided just to put myself on a straight collision course with Kerbin. Anyways, so after this, you can see what's gonna happen. I actually did end up landing pretty close to the KSC. I tried to get even closer, but I ran out of fuel, so I just detached as we sent the Kerbals down. And yes, they experienced like 30 G's of force for some reason. It only goes up to 15 on here, but it was probably more. Look at the G-force bar. Oh no, that's less than 30, but still. They would be so unconscious right now. Anyway, so I put out the parachute, and then down we went into the water. Sadly, we landed kind of in the morning, and it was kind of hard to see, and so then we finally touched down on the water. Sped it up so that we could get the day, and we landed in the middle of the ocean, but I recovered the vessel anyways. So yeah, there's the mission where I got absolutely nothing done, where I attempted to take Joey to the moon, but Joey wasn't even there, and even if he was, he died like 6 times. Alright, goodbye, and subscribe to this channel and my main channel, and you will get a cookie. Hey, did you know that there's this glitch going around on YouTube where it automatically unsubscribes